Hey, welcome everybody to Common Comic Covers, an appreciation podcast for non-key comics. This is episode, I want to say number 30. Is that right, Andy?
Yeah, 30.
Yeah, episode 30. And well, there you go. There's Andy.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Jeremy. Welcome to our podcast.
Yeah.
Hit subscribe, hit like, and follow us on Instagram on Common Comic Covers. And that's it.
Yeah. Thank you for attending our show.
A dozen different booths with comic books, and I found some great books. I was a little picky, but I'm happy with what I got, except for one. I had to throw a book away. So bummed. Sugar and Spike, number 8.
Super valuable.
I got a killer deal on it, $15.
Oh.
I opened it, and the next day, I just kind of took it all, and the next day I was kind of going through, and I opened it up, and it was the most, and I'm going to use this word intentionally, wretched.
Yeah. The
most wretched smell coming from this book, and I've smelled a lot of books in my I can handle a little musty. This was like sour, rotting.
Your threshold's much higher than mine. Wow.
Well, I won't die if I like you with your asthma. But anyway, it was so wretched, and I was just like, I kind of put it back in, and I honestly felt a little sick. And I was like, okay, what do I do? What do I do? And I was like, I think there's only one thing to do. Godspeed. Yep. Godspeed, Sugar. There's one less Sugar and Spike, number 8, out there. Yeah. So I've made the value go up of Sugar and Spike number 8. So you're welcome, everybody. But anyway, Andy, what's your common cover this week?
Oh, yeah. It is Gen 13.
Sugar and Spike number 8?
Yes. Sugar and Spike number 0. It's Gen 13 number 0.
Yeah. This is volume 1?
Volume 1, yeah. Because I looked it up. I thought for the longest time it was volume 2, 0. Because 0 came after the other runs. But so this is a cover by J. Scott Campbell. Very popular. And Brandon Choi did the stories, but and it came out in 93. Oh, sorry, September 94. So this, if you like good girl art, J. Scott Campbell is very good at that, and this is a super affordable run of books that are all, he draws women very well, and he does the interiors of these too, and it's like tongue in cheek, and it's kind of like the characters in the story are kind of aware of like how ridiculous they are being, and how they're like at one point Fairchild's like, how do my clothes always rip apart? And it's like they're kind of fun, and they're not super serious, and
and you're right, they are super affordable. I think the first volume is 1 through 5, and then they threw in a 0.
Yeah.
And then volume 2 I think goes into the 30s or something.
It's in the 70s.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think J. Scott Campbell still does most of the covers of the first 30, if not more.
Yeah, he does. For a while, he does them, and then they kind of hand it off. I forgot. I did the research a couple weeks ago, and now I've forgotten. But there's a Bruce Timm cover on one of them. It's like the B side, and it's like, there's not any available that are cheap, but if you get them high grade, they're like $600. So it's like, I just want one for $30. I'll pay $30 for
what number has the Bruce Timm?
It's Gen 13 bootleg number 18B, cover B.
Okay, so, I'll remember that.
Yeah. There are so many like miniseries. It's pretty bonkers.
Yeah.
So what's your...
Yeah, so this is one that I got at Lilac City Comic Con. It was on my... I would say this was the one book that I was like, man, it would be awesome if I found. I kid you not.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
And one of the last booths, like we're kind of getting ready to leave. My son is like, Dad, we've been here for 4 hours. He loved it. He was ready to go. And like in the corner, kind of in the main area, there's this booth, and this guy's got toys and blah, you know, just everything. And there's 2 long boxes of comics. I'm like, yeah, let me pluck through here. And within the first few, there it was. And he wanted 20. I couldn't read it though. I'm like, is that a 20? Is that a 2? So I show it to the one of the people. She hands it off. He goes, I would do 10.
Okay.
And this sells on eBay in this condition that I've bought it in, 40.
Oh, wow.
But so this is Classic Comics. So that was before Classics Illustrated. Lorna Dune. This is the first printing. You know that because the red 10-cent Canada price right there. So that's first printing. This, Andy, is a Matt Baker cover.
Oh, wow.
So I know we've talked about Matt Baker in the past. I have one of his Ghost Stories books, but this, there's probably 5 different printings. I wouldn't have bought just anyone. I wanted the first one just because it's cool.
Yeah.
And I paid $10 for this.
Wow. What a score.
It is brittle. It is detached. Okay. It will never leave this bag again.
Oh, okay.
Good news is there's no black mold.
That's good. Yes. So, you should get yourself a nice Mylar Golden Age size book, and you never have to take it out again.
Yeah, good idea. Good idea.
Yeah.
So that's my common cover. I don't know much about this, I'm not going to lie, but I do know it was a Matt Baker, and it's one of his where it's not quite the good girl art. So it's one of the more affordables, but it's, I don't know, I think it's great.
Yeah. So Classic Comics 32.
Classic Comics 32, first print. You know it's first print because it's a 10-cent in the red circle.
Yeah. Is it go to 12 when it's reprinted, or?
I think it goes to 12 or 15. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So anyway, this was my coolest find. I liked everything I got, but this was the one where it's like, it'd be cool if I found that one. And
that's
one of the last ones I bought, and then I got a great deal on it.
Yeah,
it was the same booth I bought the Sugar and Spike, so I'm thankful this one wasn't moldy.
Oh yes, okay. Wow, you really spent a lot at that last booth.
I did. You got well, and I got one more book from him. That's coming later. Okay. Let's go to our next segment here. This is our Dog and Pony Show. This is what we want to impress you with. So Andy, what do you want to impress us with this week? What's your Dog and Pony Show?
I want to impress you with love and nostalgia for myself, my childhood. At least with this first part.
Is this going to be a photo album? Oh no, okay.
Photo album, yes. So this is I've gone back and gotten books from my childhood, and this is Incredible Hulk 283. I think it's 283. Yes, 283, and it's part 1, and it's the Hulk teams up with the Avengers and against Ultron, and they get sent back in time into various areas, and then the She-Hulk has to go back and save them. And this is the part 2 of the story. It's Incredible Hulk 284. It is the best story. You have Hawkeye fighting Iron Man and Captain America, I think, and it's like Hawkeye's like Robin Hood, and like Iron Man's a knight on a horse, and they're all like, their brains are scrambled. They don't realize that they're these heroes. And
who did the writing on these?
I wrote that down. Bill Mantlo. Mantlo. Matlo. Yeah.
He was the writer or the artist?
He was the story. And then Sal Buscema and Joe Sinnott did these.
Nice.
But like these are a fun story. The art's great.
Those are, and they're probably pretty affordable. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think they've crept up a little bit.
Well, in the condition that I buy books.
Yeah, I mean, yes, there should be affordable. I went through like 20 years ago and like bought some of these books that I thought were precious. and really nice high grade, and it was affordable.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But yeah, these are, and there's nothing other than they're teaming up with the Avengers. There's nothing, no first appearance, nothing like that.
They're just good old fashioned comic booking.
Yeah, great, fantastic reads. Yeah,
and those were some of the ones that you had when you were a kid that you no longer have.
Yeah, I don't think I have any of the. In fact, I searched and searched for. So this is one that I had from when I was a kid in the same run. This is 286. This is a fantastic book here, but like it's missing corners. It's like super torn up. It's and this is one of my favorite comic books too. This is my first comic book I ever had that had Kang. That's Kang there in the background.
Yep.
Which I ended up buying Avengers 8.
I love
because of Kang.
I can't. I read the same 7 comic books my entire childhood.
Right. Yeah.
And kind of came into it too because I like collecting and it's been fun later. But I love that you're like, there's a large chunk of your collection. Like, yeah, no, I read this when I was a kid, and I think that's most comic book collectors. I think I'm the anomaly here, not you.
Well, I didn't have a big collection as a child, but I did. I loved them and I destroyed them. This one survived, but this is one of my favorite comic books too of this run. I have a better copy here. You can see. Once we got a much nicer copy. This is off the cuff. But
yeah,
super cool. Okay,
cool. I like it.
You want to show part of yours, or I have a few more really quickly.
Just do it.
Okay,
you're on a roll. You're excited.
Right.
I can tell.
Yeah, I am. So this is Peacemaker Tries Hard. This is the series I bought. It's the Black Label, DC Black Label.
I like Steve Pugh's art.
Yes, this is the cover art is Chris Anaka.
I just saw on the bottom.
Anaka. Yeah, Steve Pugh does the interiors.
I like his stuff.
Yeah. And anyways, I read it. I read all 6 books this week. I ate my vegetables. And it was great. It was fun. It really I came at Peacemaker not reading any of Peacemaker stuff before. But I did watch the HBO show, and then I came into this and had that same voice, the John Cena playing Peacemaker. I felt like it was just a continuation of that show. So it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, so I recommend Peacemaker Tries Hard, especially, I guess, PG-13 to rated R, somewhere in there for like adultish like language and gore. But yeah,
I would probably struggle because I would also think of John Cena.
Yeah,
but I never saw the show. But I know what he looks like in it. But then I would think of him as the Ricky Stenicki character.
Right, I don't remember what's that.
No, it's a movie. Anyway, okay. Here's what I got. Yeah, let me show you a few. We'll go fast here. So again, I was pretty picky. I got books I wanted. So let's start right off the bat with I think you did it. Yeah, but this is Dynamo #1. This is a offshoot of Thunder Agents. So
yeah,
Wally Wood World. Dynamo's kind of the main guy. This is Dynamo #1, and I paid less than $8. Got 20% off with this guy. Dynamo #3, and these are in 6.0s. They're in great shape.
Oh, which number is that?
This is Dynamo #3, and I think it's.
So you had 1 and 3.
Yeah, and I think there's 4 or 5. I can't remember. Also, another offshoot of Thunder Agents, NoMan. He's one of the guys. That's him right there. He's the invisible one.
Okay.
This is NoMan #1. I paid $2.50 for this.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it is I'd say probably a 5, 6, 5. Great coloring still. Yeah, just beautiful book. And then got a little Don Glut. Got Tragg #2 and Tragg #3.
I mean, any comic book with dinosaurs on the cover is kind of cool because my son loves dinosaurs right now.
Don Glut wrote a dinosaur book. Oh. He's big on dinosaurs.
Like a scholarly book or like a
like an encyclopedia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You have to check it out. These I saw and I was like, oh, Andy showed those on the show a few weeks ago, and they were. This one was $1 or something. I got 20% off on these. This is Superpowers #1.
Oh,
Jack Kirby.
That is that this. I don't think that's the same.
And #2.
I don't think those are the same.
They're not the same. Well, this is volume 2. They're Kirby's.
Are they Kirby's? I think I have volume 1. So those are he did the. Oh, that's cool.
There's 2 volumes. Yeah. No,
okay.
this is volume 1. Sorry, this is volume 1. Well, we'll have to go. Why don't you fact check me? Okay. These are Jack Kirby's either way.
No, that's great. I just don't recognize the cover.
Yeah, they're great.
It might be that. Those might be it. Yeah.
Oh, this is another Don Glutt. This is the Owl #2. There's only 2 in it. It's Mount Rushmore. He's got the head of Lincoln. There's some flying motorcycles. It is a great cover.
Oh man!
I paid less than $2 for this.
I love that cover.
And I'd put it in a 4.0 for sure.
That's good.
Excited to get #1. Okay, now we're gonna really let's see. I'll do one more. This one was a great find. This is Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom #1. It's a gold key book. I paid a little bit more than normal, but I bought it from the Giant Nerd booth and wanted to support them. I'm happy I bought it. I still think I got a great price, $34. I think on eBay, I mean, this is like a 1.5, 1.8. It's detached. It's rolled. It's pretty rough, but I think it would still sell for $50 to $60 on eBay. So super happy about that.
Okay, yeah.
Now let's really get into classy books. Ren and Stimpy #1. Read it. Great book.
Okay.
Don Slott does it. Is it Don Slott?
Dan Slott.
Dan,
yeah.
Dan Slott.
Yeah.
He's the writer.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Dan. Sorry.
I like his writing.
It was. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. And then this was in a pack. I paid $8 for the first 4 issues of Alf.
Oh boy. Yeah, that's right. How much did you pay?
$8 for the first 4 issues.
All right. Oh, let me see that one a little closer up. The space. What is it?
That's a ship that crashed in the garage there.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't know why Harry's in it. Is that Harry? You got a bunch of other Alfs. Haven't read that one yet. There you go.
Oh,
good times.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I bought, and this was great. Guy gave me 50% off. It was a friend of mine had a booth, and he gave me a smoking deal. This is a Treasury edition of the Rocketeer.
Ah, cool.
And it's beautiful. IDW put this out a few years ago, and cover price was $10, and that's what I got it for.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, so that was my Lilac City Comic Con experience. I did see Sergeant Slaughter.
Oh yeah.
His line was not the longest line.
Yeah.
But anyway, fun books. What else you got?
Well, I got a question for you, Jeremy. Would you rather have can't share your screen. Oh no. It broke.
Just edited it out.
Yeah, I'll try it again. Did you hear the bloop bloop bloop?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
There you go.
There it is.
Oh, okay.
So Spider-Man
238.
Yes.
Spider-Man is being ripped in half. Now I'm sorry. I don't know a ton about Spider-Man. What's significant about this?
So this is the first appearance of the Hobgoblin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's a cool book.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's John Romita. Oh, Frank Miller and Chris Claremont. Come on.
Yeah, this is the
first 4 issue series. I know it well. I've read these. It's a great story.
I found it less exciting than I expected. But yes, I have many copies of the graphic novel, and I have the 2 sets of it. But
Okay, so this is Wolverine's definitely not his first appearance, nowhere near it, but this is his first solo.
Yeah, it's his first solo title. Yeah.
And then the first appearance of Hobgoblin, which was a really, both of them are great covers.
Yeah.
I think just personally, if you're asking me which one I'm choosing, it's Wolverine #1, hands down.
Yeah, Frank Miller cover and art. It's pretty
and
cool.
It's a great cover.
That is a cool cover.
I mean,
yeah.
He looks kind of sinister, a little, come here, kind of punk.
Yeah,
it's a little, I mean, these came out in the mid 80s. It's straight. I mean, this is Clint Eastwood on a cover of a comic book right here.
Yeah. Okay, so I tell you, this is the order in which like the value of these are. Like I looked at a list that was like top 100 Copper Age comic books, and I kind of went like I did them in like an order, and this was the one that was more valuable. So
okay, which one are you taking? I feel like you're biased.
Yeah, I think if
you already said you didn't like the story that much, it underwhelmed you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but the end of the Hobgoblin arc and this Amazing Spider-Man isn't great either. But
do you have either of these books? You said you have the graphic novel of the one.
Oh yeah, I have multiple copies of this book, and then I have one of the 238.
Okay. Do you have any of them in a Canadian price variant?
No.
Okay, that's too bad.
Yeah, I know. Yes, it is. But this, I think I would take the Spider-Man one.
Okay. That's respectable.
Yeah.
I think they're both respectable books. Hey, if you're listening, if you're watching, which one are you taking? Leave it in the comments.
Yeah. 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 So I think that's it.
That's awesome. Well, Andy, we had some great common covers this week. Super excited about my Matt Baker. And I loved your Gen 13, your J. Scott Campbell. And Lilac City Comic Con was great. You shared some Peacemaker and some Hulks from your past. I loved it. And then great either or. Now, if you're still listening, I'll stop saying that. And I don't know what Andy's going to show me when we do either or, by the way. He's he's just coming at me blind. So
I forgot to say that. Yeah.
Now they know.
Now
they didn't know. I had you covered.
Good.
Had you covered.
And as Ringo Starr says, peace and love, peace and love.